Here, for the commas in list, to separate items. I told you items, John. Items must be similar. Look, noun, noun, noun. So items as words. Items as phrases. Look, preposition phrase, preposition phrase, preposition phrase. It can be close. It can be close. Look, close, close, close. Why not? Correct. So the list, all of them must be the same. So items, inserts. Now let's find meaning. Here, look. Here the salad contained lettuce, tomatoes, onions, cucumbers, carrots, radishes. So
After any example.
huh? So look, we need commas at the end, as you see. You see for this part. So we need comma at the end. Why? Because this is part, it's clear without comma. So that means for the list. Remember, for the list. For the list. Information, comma, and information. The comma before and, we can delete it. But in your test, we will test you for it. So at the end here, we need comma. General in English, sometimes omitted. If the comma not necessary. But in your test, we will test you for it. You must have comma before and. But if you omit it here, it will be not clear what does it mean. Look, our school newspaper has editors for news, sports, humor, and is features and art one thing or two different things? If I read it like that, I think it's one thing. So is it department in the newspaper like features and art? Or features is different from art? So confusion. So the meaning is not clear. So when you make it like that, I understand that features is different from that. Imagine.
Yes.
Why? Here we have a comment trap. Very important. Sometimes the list information between commas like that, you have expression use and. So for example, look for this part, bread and butter. It's one thing. You see, one thing. Blood and read, it's one thing. But the expression has the word and. No problem. So look, our collection includes pop, reggae, rachi, rhythm, and blues, and hip hop. So this is
So I put only comma before the and?
Before and, but here no, because the rhythm and the blues, it's one thing. It's one item. So before and here, but not this one. So information, comma information, all of them must be the same. Here it's one word, but here the thing is two words used by and. So don't think this is and for the list. It's and for the expression. Very important. Again, sometimes we can delete the comma and repeat the conjunction. Look, noun, noun, noun. Can we repeat the conjunction? Why not? Look, but delete the commas. But delete the commas. So that's the point. To use it like that or delete the commas and use and. So be careful. And it's the same meaning. So Sam, Carlos, Yolanda, any one of them will be able. That's why. Here, neither horses, nor elephants, nor giraffes. Is this correct? Yes. Noun, noun, noun. Parallelism. We have parallelism, so it's correct. And of course, here giraffes is plural for the verb because it's near. That's why, my friend. Another point. Can we use clauses between commas? Yes. Subject verb. Subject verb. Look here. Subject verb. No problem. Cloud. Behind. Here. Cloud of dust is word. So clauses, yes, why not? If we have three, but all of them must be the same. Clause, clause, clause. So no problem. I told you that in compound sentence, we can use fanboys. As I told you, that complete sentence, comma, fanboys, complete sentence, full stop, correct. Here we have subject verb, clause, and then comma fanboys, subject verb. Do you know it?
Yes.
That is the point. That is point for it. Another point, complex compound. Complex, it has subordinated conjunction and follow the rules. Subordinated conjunction, you need two clauses joined by comma. And then fanboys, comma, fanboys, you need third clause. This is called the complex compound. Is this structure is here? Yes, subject verb, comma, subject verb, comma, and subject verb. Yes. So the structure here correct. Remember, we will test you for everything. We'll test you for the structure. Just want to understand. So all of it compound the complex sentence. That's what. That's all. Now again, commas to separate two or more adjectives. Look, adjective, 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 noun. Commas between them. Why? To help the reader to understand. That's it. But you must check adjectives or not. But remember, we don't use punctuation between the adjectives and the noun here. So imagine, for example, adjective, noun. Between them, no any punctuation except for non-essential between two commas. Like that, adjective and non-essential information. If you have two commas, if you have, but here we don't have between the adjective and the noun. Your eyes. Again, we have a common trap. What if the noun compound the noun? So it's only one adjective. It's only one adjective. Look, and the dining room, it's a compound noun. So we don't use comma. So don't think it's a dining adjective. No, it's a compound noun. So we don't need any punctuation. The rules, no punctuation. Here again, compound noun, adjective, adjective. So comma, comma between the adjectives, but not the adjectives and the noun. That's why. You can revise at home, of course. Another point is to check the meaning. If one of the two words modifies another modifier, do not separate. For example, dark blue. This adjective modifies blue, not sweater. So dark modifies a color. So adjective to the blue. So don't use commas.
But both dark and blue describes water, right?
Yes. So dark blue compound adjective describe the noun. So the compound can be an adjective or noun, but we need to check. How can I know? By reading a lot and analysis and the mistakes, of course. Now here, let's read like that. Do we need commas? I must read. Look, Dr. Charles Drew worked, developed, and we have three verbs. So you need comma. Look the comma before the verb, but don't use comma before the first verb. Here, from the second, third, fourth, whatever the number. Here again, I am going to take English, science, social studies. Look, compound now. So don't need punctuation here. That's it. Here again, adjective, adjective to the smoke alarm compound noun. So adjectives between the adjective, not the compound noun. Because smoke, it does not describe alarm. It's a word from the compound noun. That's why. So we'll read aloud. So from now to the end of our lives, when you find any comma, ask yourself why to help you to master writing. Now again, why do we have commas here? Look, blueberry pancakes compound noun. So don't use comma here. And the parallelism or not parallelism. That's why. So exercises you can revise at home. Now let's go to the next. Sometimes we need to test the order of the adjectives like that. Insert the word and between the adjectives. If and fits sensibly between the adjectives, use comma. For example, here, الجوسي tangy apple. If you make it in different order, tangy juice. Can I say tangy juice? Yeah, no problem. Juicy apple, correct. Tangy apple, correct. So if I make it order, no problem. So the order, you can use and. If you can use and, you can use comma. If you can use and, you can use comma. That's why. Feel it like that. Can I say polite girl? Yes. Can I say quiet girl? Yes. So the order does not make sense. Does not make any difference. So we can use comma or and, but not both. Comma or and, not comma and. That's why. This can help you. Look for this. I am considerate, thoughtful, and lion. Ist to describe I. It's no problem. But look here, most outstanding traits, adjective. Adjective. Now, don't use after most. It's a comparison. That's why, and by making a lot of mistakes, we can help you. Don't worry, we'll master it. Here are the questions. Of course, he has answers. Now, John, do you understand?
Yes.
Now, let's see independent clause. What means independent clause? It's a sentence, not fragment. So, clause means subject, verb, complete thought. Any clause must have subject and verb and complete thought, complete meaning. If not, delete it. Using fanboys, we know the rules. Complete sentence, comma, fanboys, complete sentence, full stop, correct. Why not? Let's check. Hector, subject, rest, subject, verb, complement, comma, fanboys, subject, verb. Now we don't have complement. Why? Because sometimes the verb does not need object to complete the meaning. This is a trap. Yeah, engine starts up. It does not need object. Why? Because grammatically means the verb does not need object because it is intransitive verb. Does not need object. So don't be surprised. So it's correct. So we can use full stop. Here again, fanboys, as you know. And you know, yet means however, contrast. That is. Now let's see. Here, of course, a simple sentence. Why? Because there is no conjunction. Because there is no comma for fanboys. Fanboys must have two clauses. Look, subject, subject. We have two. But here we don't have the second subject because it's the same subject. We don't have. So imagine it like that. Subject did two actions. Remember, this is very important. Verb and verb. We don't need any punctuation here. Why? Why we don't need comma? Because there is no subject. The rules. If you have the two subjects, you can use comma. But here we don't have. That is the point. Again, look, compound. Why we have subject, verb, and subject and verb. That is the rules. Let's have a note. It's a very easy note. Look, it's a trap in the test like that. We have two subject, but we don't have comma. But how? The mister says it must be comma. Okay, we have exception. Sometimes deleted. If the two clauses short clause, look, very short. Very short means two words. You can delete the comma. But don't worry, in the test, we'll test you for long clauses. So you need comma. But follow the rules. Too short, you can delete the comma. But here, it's long. Look, 3 words, 4 words. You need comma. Why? To help the reader to understand. Look, Bill based the dog and the cat. Perhaps I understand like that. So he based the dog and the cat together, or based the dog only? But here I understand the cat hi and Bill based. So now I understand he based the dog only and the cat hid under the bed. So that's point. So to avoid so awkward means the meaning is not clear. We follow the rules. That's all, my friend. Now here we have a lot of exercises. When you find the 4 fanboys, you need comma before. Here, fanboys again. But always check the rules, the subject, the verb. Here we have more than people, subject, and then by verb. So subject and verb, and the rest phrases. And remember the rules, Mr. John. To find the subject and the verb quickly. Delete all the phrases. Delete all the relative clauses. Delete all the non-essential. Find the 3 and delete them. After that, you can find the subject and verb in seconds, as we do. That's why. Let's check. Here we have many exercises. I hope you can revise. You have the answers. Number 7, correct. Why? Need to check. Oh, subordinated conjunction. Follow the rules. Close, comma, close. Look, subject verb, comma, subject verb. So we have. So it's correct. Remember, this comma, it's necessary. And remember, I say any subordinated conjunction at the beginning. So memorize all the subordinating conjunction. We can send you the list. Another part, John, to understand.
Yes.
Another point in the test for non-essential clauses and the phrases. I told you many times, we can use any non-essential information in any placement in the sentence. But when you delete it, it does not affect the meaning. Now, subject, verb. So the sentence is complete without it. So this information is additional. Why? To modify something before. Why? Just like to make it more clear. So we have 2 commas. Why? Because it's non-essential. And by the way, non-essential means non-restrictive, non-defining. 3 terms mean the same. Non-essential means non-restrictive, means non-defining. So I care about the comma. The comma after the subject, before the verb. This is structure. If the test maker changes a comma here, wrong. Comma there, wrong. Check the structure. And there must be agreement between the subject and the verb. Look, if there is no agreement, it's wrong. Everything in the sentence must be correct. The subject agreed with the verb, and the phrase described the subject before, and everything correct. In the middle, between 2 commas, I can use clause. I can use phrase. And I told you we can use any relative clause, any phrase. We studied 6 phrases, 6 types of phrases. So, any phrase. Here it's a present participle phrase. Here it's a past participle. So this novel, which was written, is, look, episode The Lord of Friends, which is written, has no problem. We don't write which and is. As I told you, which we don't need it because we know the novel is non-human. And is helping verb, we delete it. So we write the past participle directly. That's why. Understand my friend?
Okay.
Yes. Now, very important to know. He said here, delete, matic, the bold ones, you will find the sentence clear. This can help you. But remember, two commas, not one comma with dash, one comma with semicolon, similar punctuation. And of course, you have many exercises. Now, the another point is essential. Essential means it's important. The information in the clause or the phrase related to the sentence. So it's important. So we don't use commas. And it's the same. It's the same subject, phrase or clause, verb, complement. And this clause describe all students whose names are. All students must report. That's why. Now again, a Ming vase which is or was displayed was. So don't think that the vase displayed itself, which was displayed. So bigger. So imagine it like that. We have verb. We don't care. This is done by that. This verb can be passive or active. It depends on the meaning. So don't worry. But do we have agreement? I mean, vase was once owned. Yes. So no problem. Here, it's a simple difference. The same sentence, but different meaning. How? If I make this part non-essential, if I make it non-essential, it means you already know my brother. I have only one brother. So it's not important to tell you the name. So it's non-essential. Here I have many brothers. It's important to tell me who is exactly. So essential, because I have many, you must make it clear. That's why. So when I tell you my father called for me, I have only one father. Why should I mention the name? So it's non-essential. That's why. So I told revise the notes. Remember something. If the writer used that as relative pronoun means which, you don't need any punctuation. So adjective clause beginning with that is usually essential. All the time essential, except for non-essential. Non-essential is that after player, non-essential information, comma that. So delete between two commas, you will find that without any punctuation. If we have non-essential, but here we don't. So he uses that as relative pronoun. And remember, that means who, and that means which, both. So player human, so it can be who. But here he uses that. Why? It's essential. So no commas before that or after that. That's why. And don't be surprised, the test maker can play with your mind. Two commas before and after. Wrong. No any punctuation, by the way. That's why. Of course, here we have practices. Look, just to check, is this information important? My mother has season tickets. So what is the relationship between is a fan or not? Something not important, non-essential. So that's why. And we have many questions with answers. Revise at home. But wait, number 8. Why correct? We need to read. As I told you, when you find the semicolon, before it must be complete sentence. After complete sentence, subject verb complement, subject verb complement. A check. All dogs that pass the obedience test get subject. Look, clause, verb complement, correct. This part, semicolon, those subject that don't pass get subject to clause, verb, and then complement, correct. So this is structure correct, so we can use full stop. That's why, my friend, to understand. Again,
Yes.
number 3, why correct? We check the rules. The museum, the amusement rides that are the most exciting relative clause by using that subject, verb, and then complement. So it's a simple sentence, correct? No any mistake. Here we use comma. Why? Because you already use comma. You need second comma. Here we need 2 commas. Why? Non-essential information. The sentence. This information not related to the rest of the sentence. That so it's so easy. Now we have many exercises for you at home. Revise. Now again, you can read at home. Here again with answers. You are so lucky you have a lot. Now for the uses of introductory elements. Introductory elements before you start a sentence. So imagine it like that. Introductory elements, comma, start your sentence. So here we can use introductory elements like that. Why? And then ask a question. Yes, why not? So we can use mild exclamation like well, oh, why, as you see. We can use, look, any phrases. As I told you before, phrase, comma, subject, verb, complement, correct. So we can use phrase, any phrase by the way, but most common present participle phrase, past participle phrase. Why not? Comma before the subject. Look, remember, we are going to test here. We need comma necessary before the subject. Now again, can we use a positive or any prepositional phrase? Any phrase. Prepositional phrase, present past phrase, a positive phrase, a gerund phrase sometimes. If we have, let's be careful about a gerund phrase. You need subject after the comma. So here we have 2 preposition phrases, no problem. Here we have many. Why not? Very important. Now here we have subordinated conjunction. So a check, subordinated conjunction, clause, comma, clause, full stop, correct. So this is correct. Clause, as you see. Very easy. Another point, it could be a trap. Many writer says that sometimes we can delete the comma after the preposition phrase. So it's an exception. If this phrase does not confuse the reader to know the subject, sometimes we can use comma or not. Remember, if it is short prepositional phrase, is it short? We can use comma or not. So if you find the answers one without, one with, take care. But don't worry, in the test you need comma. Because we will not test you for short phrase, for long like that. Be careful. Here again, introductory adverb phrase. Adverb phrase, we have subordinated conjunction. As I told you like that, subordinated conjunction, 2 clauses. So you need comma before the second clause, not in any place before the second. So find the second clause. So any subordinated conjunction. If the subordinated conjunction in the middle, You don't need. Look, complete sentence. Subordinate conjunction. Complete sentence. Full stop. Correct. Here we have. Here's the clause. Miranda, please remember. You are talking to. Is the verb. You are talking to Miranda.